So this is my review of the Filofax Portland model in pocket size, which was available in the Filofax UK catalogue between 1996 and 99, I believe. This particular model, the date stamp is EEJ inside the strap, which suggests a manufacturing date of 1995. So perhaps this was one of the earliest ones. This one's black, and as I understand it, there was brown, burgundy, and green as well. It's a Filofax that was sort of fairly high up in the model range. There were 7 cheaper versions and 3 more expensive versions, so 2/3 of the way up in terms of price, and it was £45. I think it was £45 and 10 pence in the 1996 catalogue, so maybe about £85 today, and it was available either filled or unfilled, as was customary at the time. But anyway, I got this in the mail a few days ago, and this is my review. Now, most important thing for me is the flattability, and as you can see, it is, well, it's 10 out of 10, isn't it? So perfect, absolutely perfect. And so there's not much more I can add. I mean, it's just for me, it's perfect. Now this leather is and it smells fantastic as well. This leather, I've actually got 3 models of the Filofax Portland. I've got the personal size as a Portland Grand. I've also got this pocket size, and I've got the mini size. Now this leather is really, really nice, and that means it's one of my favourite models. And these are not made in the UK, but they are extremely good quality, and this leather is fantastic, both inside and out. And one of the interesting things I find with one of the things I like about this pocket model is, unlike my Guildford models, where there is a lot of cracking with the interior leather particularly where it meets the rings, on the Portland models, certainly this one anyway, the pocket size, they've just got this Filofax branded lining, which means that you don't have to worry about the leather cracking because there is no leather. And certainly on the remainder, inside and outside, the leather is superb. Now, I don't know how, obviously I'm not the first user of this binder, so I don't know how much it has been used in anger, but to me it seems pretty good. And the other models I've got, which are also second-hand, they're used items, they're also pretty good as well. Now this strap, it is okay. There's a little bit of wear to it, but the construction is really, really nice. The way there's a little bit of a thread going there, but it's generally very, very nice. The popper actually on all 3 models that I've got, there's very, very little wear. So, you know, I mean, this particular one is, 25 years, a quarter of a century old. You don't know, obviously, how much it's been used, but all 3 Portland models I have, the popper is not only intact, but it's also it is also there's no discoloration. That's what I'm trying to say. Discoloration of the cap on the popper. Popper is made by Prym, Prym, who made poppers going back into the when Filofaxes were made in the UK. That was a supplier of poppers that Filofax used back in the day. I don't know whether they do now, but there we go. Now this pen loop. Now I've not actually tried it on this particular model yet, but I'm just doing that now, and it's fine. It is a little bit on the loose side, but it's not going to fall out because you can clip the pen in. So a standard Filofax pen would work. So there's one thing I don't like about this is I'll include a photograph so you can see that the inside of the pen loop. I've said before I don't like this where a thin piece of leather is folded over to form a hem, because that means that sometimes when a pen has been inserted enough times, it starts to go like this one has. So that is a bit of a disappointment, but it's a working tool at the end of the day. Okay, so pockets. Now this one on the left hand side, there's a zipped gusseted pocket, which is good. It's very useful. There's no branding on the actual zip itself. I know that some of them have they're branded YKK. This one doesn't have any branding. I've checked my Filofax Portland Grand, and that doesn't have any branding either. So don't know. I don't know whether the zip is good or not, but it works and it's fine and it's smooth, so it must be good quality. On the right hand side, you've got a full length flap pocket and 4 credit card slots. So nice and simple, and looks very, very neat and tidy. Yeah, nice. Now, rings. Obviously, this is one of the things that we all worry about, but certainly when this arrived, I found that the rings were perfect. So I'm very, very pleased with that. I'm going to make a noise when I slap them shut. Now, they're perfectly in alignment. These are 15/16mm internal diameter, and they're branded Filofax on the mechanism, but they're nice and strong, no problem at all. So there we go. Now, inserts. Now this binder came with a few inserts. Now bear in mind the actual binder itself dates from, it was manufactured in around 1995. These inserts date between 2004 and 2009, so they're not the original ones, and so I suspect that this binder's been used in anger, which is good, and there's a few in there, so there's some mix and matching going on there. But interestingly, the vendor did a very, very good thing when they sold it to me. They sent me the 2011 diary, an unused 2011 diary. So it's an 11-year-old diary. But the reason they sent it was because the 2011 days of the year match the days of the year in 2022. And he sent a note saying, hope you find this useful. And I'm going to be giving this binder to a friend of mine, probably. So they'll find that hopefully they'll find the diary useful as well. But it's a nice touch. I think that sellers of Filofaxes should be more aware of that, and we all should be aware of reusing diaries where we can, because it's good for the environment. So, in conclusion, now I am mainly a collector and fan of vintage English-made Filofaxes, but I'll tell you what, this Portland model, in fact the Portland range, the personal size, the pocket size and the mini size, they are near the top of my list in terms of desirability, because the leather feels fantastic and it is a very nice feel in the hand, and it's a useful working tool. It's a real pleasure to own and use. So there we go. I would say one of the best, and that is my review of the Filofax Pocket Portland.